Please welcome Josh O'Connor, Zendaya and МайкୖɁÂΗ.
Yes! Welcome.
Take a seat.
Thank you.
Oh, it's so fantastic having you guys here.
Happy to be
Thanks for
here.
having us.
Lovely. So we've got the whole cast. So,
Yeah,
delighted.
just us three.
It feels like that sometimes, in this film. But this film is so fantastic. It is end to end. The thing I've most been impressed with is the athleticism from every single one of you. Right? I mean, look, the lads you saw in the sauna, you're doing all right. Yeah? But Zendaya, I want to come to your coaching because your tennis playing in the film looks unbelievable. Tell me how much is real.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
No, we had an incredible group of people that we were surrounded by to train.
Yeah.
We had many weeks of tennis training under the guidance of Brad Gilbert, who's an iconic tennis coach himself. And we trained beside each other. We did our tennis practice beside each other. We did rehearsals beside each other. And we had incredible tennis doubles as well that we learned from and worked beside and also made us look good. But listen, tennis is no joke. I have such just respect and admiration for the game, for the sport, for the people who play it. It's tough. I'll tell you that.
100%.
Got to ask, under Brad's tutelage, who would you say became the ultimate best tennis player out of you three, Mike? Because I'm here in the room, it might have been you.
No.
OK.
He won't take the compliment.
Okay.
He won't accept it.
I'm trying to push the compliment this way.
Yeah.
But Mike,
No.
was it competitive though, Mike, at all? Like between
Against the three of us?
Yeah.
Well, we've been doing this press tour for a little bit, and the truth is that I'm realizing more and more that, how competitive Z is. Like, today we were at a press conference, and she's like, come on, we're, asking a bunch of journalists, and she's like, come on, who liked Tashi the best? Straight up,
Team Tashi.
unapologetic.
Right here.
And I'm like,
Anybody?
Team Tashi, by the hand of raise. Anybody? Team Art. Team Art. Anybody? Team Art. There's only 2 Team Arts, by the way. Team Patrick. Anybody? Oh, thanks. There was a couple. No, I'm only messing. I'm only messing.
you're a monster. You're crazy.
Listen, Team Tashi over here.
But yeah, Tashi in the film is a monster, right? But the film actually, it's tough, man. I was scared at one point. I was when you're playing, it's insane. But the film obviously centres around a big match between Patrick and Art, and you kind of dip in and out of it at times. And I have to ask, was the sweat real?
OK.
Because there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Josh, I'll come to you.
There's an awful lot of
Yeah. How are they doing that? Is it jug of water?
So to be fair, МайкୖĆ噚Η would, when they call cut, we're like playing tennis.
Yeah.
And then they call cut, and then Mike's running around the court, doing laps, doing push-ups, doing star jumps. Yeah, with his one of those.
Yeah.
Skipping rope. Jump rope to you guys. That's it, yeah.
Magic wand.
We're like,
I'm starting to realise who the better player was. Carry on, Josh.
So he would do all these things. So I would say 60, but most of the sweat seen on ＭайkŁÍ is his sweat. Most of mine isn't.
Right.
It's cool.
water.
It's like
fragranced water to
both
keep me
Josh
happy.
and I were given. We met with a nutritionist. They gave us a diet. They put us. We had the same. We all had the same coach, but a lot of the training Josh and I did together. And we're like, okay, we're gonna do this together. And I found out just a week ago that Josh fully was not sticking to the nutrition. He was eating whatever he wanted.
Okay.
And then behind, I would be on the bike, and Brian, who trained us, would be working me, and I'd be masochistic and going so hard. And meanwhile, Josh is like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Whenever Brian turned around,
Brian would be
I was taking reps,
oh,
which is really important. If you're working out, you should take reps.
True.
Yeah,
the body needs to rebuild itself.
I just love that image.
It's balance. It's balance.
Mike's running around and Josh is just there can you just put the water on?
There we go.
Yeah.
Now, Zendaya, I know you
smarter.
act... Zendaya, I know, obviously, you're acting in the movie, but you're also a producer on the film, which I know you're really proud of, as you should be, because you're going to get to be, the author, I guess, of your career more with a project like this. And I got to ask, with this particular kind of love story, love triangle, did you find it more compelling and more interesting to do? Because usually when we see these romantic stories, it's just 2 people. But
Right.
obviously... we have 3.
And you know what's funny? We keep talking about romance, and I feel like I don't know if it's also romantic in
Trauma
this film.
bonds.
Yeah, there's some codependency. There's a little
Yeah.
bit of hatred going on. You know, no, I think what drew me in was that these characters are incredibly complex and complicated and messy and human, and you know, particularly when it comes to Tashi, you know, you can say she's, you know.
Tough.
Has her moments, right?
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
not the easiest person, but I think there also is a fragility to her as well, and it was about finding that balance within her, of not just making her a caricature of a strong woman, but really understanding what's behind this shell and this persona that she has created. And I think all of them, like I said, they're just chaos, you know, and they're so entangled.
Yeah.
And they can never let go. And there's something, you know, out of life that they're not able to get on their own, that they need each other and they keep coming back to each other. So I think it was just this idea of complicated human relationships and human behavior and the messiness of it that I think was quite beautiful.
For sure. Well,